Hey everybody, this is Alex Big Blue. So tonight I thought it would be fun to film a video about different scary movies I like that are mixed genre. So there'll be a scary movie mixed with another type of genre like comedy or, action or anything else. Any and all of those ones that I like a lot, I thought I would talk about and show in this video and kind of go over them and why I like each one of them. So starting off with the first one, Evil Dead 2. So Evil Dead 1 was a good scary movie in its own right, and it was really creepy and everything else. I really liked that one as well. But Evil Dead 2 is a definitely a mixed genre film because it is a comedy movie or dark comedy movie maybe as much as it is a scary movie. And I have to say, first of all, I really like Bruce Campbell in this a lot. It may have been his breakout role. I can't remember if he was in anything in between the first one and that, but I know that was I think his first big movie. But yeah, he's just absolutely fantastic in this. He's a really fun and funny character doing all kinds of physical comedy and everything good like that. And it's also one of Sam Raimi's best movies in my opinion too. It really showcases his directing with all of the over the top violence and blood spewing everywhere. And the overall horror in this movie is still pretty good as well because you get a lot of really violent and creepy things happening. And the Deadites are great villains. It's really scary and actually probably look creepier on this one than to do the first one, if maybe, although both quite a bit. But either way, I really liked that movie a lot. It might have been one of the first really good scary movies that was a comedy mix. I'm not sure. I don't remember any before that particularly, but yeah, I really liked that one a lot. Just overall, really enjoyable film, and I think it blurs both genres very well. And the next one I want to talk about is Zombieland. So Zombieland is an excellent movie, I think. It may be my very favorite zombie movie. Period. I'd have to think about it, but I believe it may be. It is a great scary movie slash comedy. It's kind of almost equal parts both because it really does both really well. The cast on this is great. All four of the main leads are just really well done and really fleshed out. I feel like Emma Stone and Abigail Breslin's characters are both unique and pretty interesting, especially to kind of be the third and fourth leads. They do really well with this, and I like that. And their backstory makes sense, and all their character motivations. And Woody Harrelson's Tallahassee is an absolute great character. One of Woody Harrelson's best acting roles. He has a lot of them, of course, and I really like him in pretty much everything. But yeah, he does some really great work here. I really like that character a lot. He's really funny and just entertaining in general. And the way him and Jesse Eisenberg, they both play off each other in this is really great. They make a great comedy and acting duo together. I really like that a lot. So I have to say, like I said, both main characters all of them for that matter, but both of the main two guys were really good in this, and their character motivations and the scenarios and the way they handle things are just really interesting. The zombies are really well done in this as well, really creepy, and they look really good special effects on everything. And I really like the rules that the main character, Jesse Eisenberg's character, always puts out. It's really interesting how he has all of those scenarios, how to handle everything, and he has to go by those rules more or less. And as well as all of that, I have to say, it is really funny. And it's like I said, the horror scenes are actually really well done as well. You really care about the characters, and you don't want them to die or anything like that. So that's really cool. And also, I have to say, one of the things that was really cool is there's a scene in about the middle of it, I think, where Woody Harrelson is telling a story. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. That scene is really powerful, and it was really, really emotional. It's something you wouldn't expect probably going into it, but it really works well, and it really ties it all together with his performance in that. It was really great. That scene really hits home on that one with anybody that thinking about that scenario, of what could happen. So yeah, just really great there. Oh yeah, and also I won't spoil it here just in case you haven't saw it and you're going to see it, but It has one of the best cameos I've ever seen in a movie, if not the very best. And who it is, what they do, and what winds up happening is one of the most hilarious things in a movie ever. The way that winds up, but yeah, overall great movie in general. Highly recommended if you haven't checked it out. And while I'm talking about that, I might as well go ahead and talk about Zombieland Double Tap, which is the sequel. It is the second Zombieland film. It was really well done as well. It's a great sequel, and it's really funny. And I really like the characters that kind of parallels some of the ones from the first one. They they're sort of like weird versions of them. So that whole scene and everything to do with those guys are really funny as well. And extra characters introduced in that in general is really good. And I think it does a pretty good job of fleshing out the world and showing you a little bit of different stuff while still staying true to the characters and just giving them more fun scenarios to go through. So yeah, I really like the second one as well. I would recommend checking that out too. And next up is Idle Hands. It is a scary movie and a comedy as well. It is really entertaining throughout and just an enjoyable and kind of just fun, but also bizarre movie in all the best ways. It basically the kind of plot, without getting into it too much or spoiling anything, is the main character Anton, played by Devon Sawa, who is the main actor in Final Destination, is a stoner slacker, and him and his other stoner friends have to try to figure out what to do to stop his hand, which becomes possessed and evil because he is so lazy. And I think there's some other reason too, but it's been a bit since I've seen it. But either way, it's very interesting. Of course, it's a unique plot. So his hand becomes evil and tries to kill him or anybody else that can, and he's trying to stop it. And all the characters in this are really good, and it actually has some really good scary scenes as well later on in it, which you might not expect necessarily, but it actually does a pretty good job of that in general. And they're trying to figure out how to stop it, and a whole bunch of crazy things happen, and it gets intense. All kinds of different scenarios that's kind of wacky happens. But the cast in this is just great. It has Jessica Alba as well, and it has Seth Green and his other friend. I forget what his name is, but he's in a ton of stuff. You know who I'm talking about if you saw it. But yeah, it just has a great overall cast in general, and it's a very fun movie and interesting. It has a great soundtrack as well. It actually has the band The Offspring in it too, which is kind of funny. They're at a scene later on in it as well. But in general, it's just a really good movie that I've always really liked, and I highly recommend it if you guys haven't saw that. And last but not least is Jaws, which is a scary movie in my opinion. I think that's what you would say anyway, but like a scary movie mixed with an action adventure. If I had to say, I guess it'd be like that. But yeah, it's of course a classic. Everybody knows what it is. Of course, directed by Steven Spielberg. But it's definitely a scary movie for sure because wow, is some of those scenes effective. And to just be an animal, technically, that shark does a really good job the way they use it. Mixed with the music, of course, makes it really creepy. And any and all death scenes in this are legit disturbing and you really don't want them to happen. You're definitely rooting for the characters and the people. And it's brutal whenever something does happen, certainly. So they're very effective. Any kill scenes that happens for sure. And you really want them to be able to stop the shark. And the three, I guess you would say, leads of this movie, and all of the later scenes, this is not getting into spoilers, I'm just saying, but the three guys later on in the movie who are trying to make the mission at the end to try to solve this, all of their chemistry as characters and as actors really shows a lot in this. It's just really enjoyable. All the way through, it's an interesting movie as well. It has some moments that are funny, of course, a lot of them that are scary, and just it's a really well-paced movie in general. And certainly one of the only movies I can think of that's that effective based off from, something like an animal in the water trying to kill people. It's really cool for that reason too. But yeah, it's an overall great movie and highly recommend you guys check it out if you haven't already seen it. I know most people have, but still, if you haven't, definitely you should check that out. I'm Alex Big Blue. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.